everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. Matara Kan is a VTuber, an English-speaking VTuber right now, that is involved or was involved with VShojo, and of course before that she was her own person inside of the Rainbow Company. Today we are talking about a tweet that she made a bit ago that I also made a video on with the VShojo situation coming up again. Said a lot of the industry knew the problems happening in VShojo, talent were last to find out, some of them finding out as late as Masa's video. So have some effing grace for us. I found out some crazy things tonight and I just needed to rehash this back up. Reason why she mentions have some effing grace for us, because there were people attacking the talents saying how could you not have known, how could you have let this happen, blah blah blah, basically blaming the talents when of course it was not the talents to blame in this case. So let's hear it from her mouth as well.
I want to just super quickly address the tweet that I made, and then we're going to move on and continue with life, because I don't want today to be about that tweet, even though obviously me tweeting at 2 a.m. Oh my God, almost 2:22 a.m. Me tweeting at almost 2:22 a.m. about, and what kind of sparked that tweet. I'll do it super fast so that, you know, yesterday I was playing Minecraft and this was on stream. I was on PS stream and she mentioned that she knew about certain things through ex-staff members. So I'm just going to say this quickly and then we're going to move on. Even after I posted this tweet, a lot of people DM'd me, which is why I ended up staying up to like almost 8 a.m. Allegedly, there's been staff members who would go around and talk about the internal issues to other companies, to other people. You know, maybe allegedly if a company is out of money, then maybe they're trying to get bought out, things like that. If you're trying to get bought out, you have to show all your books. But just finding out how many people knew. So in my situation,
because remember, they were trying to get bought out for about $2 million, I believe, and they did show their financials and the fact that the financials were not good to those people.
And when I was bringing things up in good faith that there were problems and I wasn't taken seriously, now paints a very different picture when I find out that more people knew about this, right? Like, and to be clear, the only people I'm not blaming anybody, but if there was blame to be had, it would probably be upon high-ranking staff members, right? If there were to be blame to be placed. So yeah, I'm feeling I want this to be done, but at the same time, I feel like it adds a different light to the picture that I've seen painted. And now I'm not sure anymore. And I want to reform the structure of events in my mind and on paper for myself. Because basically, even finding out that like some people knew, like, yeah, and this is also confirms things that I heard at TwitchCon. This confirms things that I need you guys to understand, that other people in other companies knew about this stuff. And then of course, like they would tell their talent or they would tell their friends and then it would come back to us. But up until the very end, I have reasons to believe that even the talent were not told that there isn't a lot of money in the bank. In fact, I have reasons to believe that they were told the complete opposite. And I think a lot of people knew about this and just, you know, like I said, it just paints a whole different picture for me now. And I need to sit down with my legal team. And another reason I just want to say, obviously, you know, I'm so sorry for bringing it back up. I just want to talk about it, like I said, because I tweeted. I didn't want to, like, you know, skirt the tweet, but I also want to focus on the anniversary today. Oh my God, I should have talked about it back on this screen because now I just have like the YouTubes there. Oopsie. Buy the YouTubes, buy the YouTubes. You must buy the YouTubes. Sorry. But I was really afraid of getting sued. Okay. Obviously, I'm not inviting a lawsuit. I don't want to go to court at all, but I'm a lot less afraid now. I'm a lot less afraid now finding out just how many people in the industry, and when I say people in the industry, just to be clear, I'm not blaming people in the industry, right? Like if let's say VShojo is trying to be bought and then they show their books to a company, that's not the company's, like, that's normal. But I'm just saying that finding out just how much shopping was done behind the scene, how much talking was done behind the scene, I am no longer as afraid of this kind of thing anymore. Again, I do not want to, just to be clear, I am not at all, but I'm saying that I'm a lot less, and you know what else I'm less afraid of because of this? In the past, what I was mostly afraid of was being alone, because then you're easy to be made a scapegoat and it's easy to sue or anything like that. Now I think that if one talent gets sued, many other talent will be like, hey, we have all said things at a certain point. Does this mean I will get sued? And I feel like it would be much more in people's interest to stick together. So yeah, again, I'm sorry for bringing it up. I'm sorry for the tweet, but I'm not sorry. Like, I'm sorry in the sense of sorry that it has to happen on the anniversary. Sorry that we have to start the anniversary stream with this. I apologize, but I do want to bring it up and I do want to mention why I'm less afraid now. And And to be clear, I do not blame any of the talent. And I never blamed any of the talent. And, you know, if anybody was listening to Pia's stream yesterday, she mentioned how when she first met me, she thought I was a little bit manic. And she thought, and again, she apologized for using that word, but that is the exact word that I was. I don't know if you can use the word manic if you don't suffer from bipolar, so I'm not sure, and I'm sorry if this is the wrong word, but that is exactly how I was described that weekend to very many people, that I was manic, that I was going through it, that I, you know, drink a lot and have a lot of problems, which, yeah, but I was right. and unfortunately, I thought I could close this chapter, but now I'm going to reopen it in private, and I want to look at it with new information. I want to relook at everything with new information, because even last night after this tweet, the amount of people who messaged me being like, hey, by the way, I knew this, or by the way, I knew this because a staff member told me, or and like there's staff members that obviously did not know that things were going on. They just kind of talked about stuff, right? Like, but I have, you know, I think Geega tweeted about this, and I just want to find Geega's tweet. Where Geega said, can't tell you how many back-end industry relationships I've had to repair because of how messy things got. In the past few months have been very interesting, to put it nicely. I want to 100% corroborate this, okay? At EVO, it started where people started coming up to me being like, hey, I am so sorry. I believed XYZ about you, but now I'm starting to believe that maybe I was told a lie. At TwitchCon, that was happening. I have had people in the industry confirm to me that they were told unpleasant things about my work ethic or the experience of working with me. And they were told so by a person that was my boss. And it's funny because, you know, publicly we said that we parted ways, blah, 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 blah. I was obviously, you know, not so happy about it. And I was very adamant about that on stream. But to then find out that somebody with power like that would go around behind my back and tell people that I was hard to work with, I was everything. And I just wonder what would have happened if I didn't have WME by my side. I wonder what would have happened if I didn't have such a big company backing me up and supporting me and pushing for me. And it just makes me wonder how many other relationships out there have been broken by this that I will never get to repair. So,
damn,
yeah,
that's
like
horrible.
I said, I'm sorry that we had to start the anniversary stream this way, but I am not sorry for what I tweeted. I'm not sorry for what I said, because finding out more information yesterday has painted the picture of these events much differently to me. And I just, yeah. So I'm going to talk to my legal team, and I'm going to see how much more I can say. Genuinely, I'm going to see how much more of this can we talk about. And
so yeah, that's horrible. That last part is the horrible one. They were spreading rumors about her. They were spreading about how hard she is to work with after she left, or around the time she left, how much of a problem child she is when she had nothing negative actually happen. Wow, that is some severely messed up stuff that Gunrun was doing, and others up at the top, whoever else they were doing that. They were trying to sabotage her. Since she decided to move on her own. She left on her own because of certain issues. So they were creating a toxic way for her to never be working with anyone ever again. They were trying to make sure that she did not have any kind of support system after that. That is really messed up. Oh my goodness. Besides the fact that they were, you know, now, like she says, she's not worried about being sued because, hey, it's public knowledge. You can't be breaking NDA if it's public knowledge. I remember that when I worked with DreamWorks. They said, like, for example, there were some movies that I was working with that I still can't talk about. And there were movies that I could talk about, like, for example, when Trolls was found out to have been a movie, or Boss Baby or anything like that, I could start talking about it with friends and things. Because if it's public knowledge, even if it's a leak, if it's public knowledge, then I can talk about it. And that's kind of one of those ways that a lot of the NDAs work. And I'm glad that she's no longer under NDA. I mean, with a lot of those things, that she can talk a little bit more about it. She's going to talk to her legal team about that. And I really, really hate that she was badmouthed and slandered to so many people. Fallenshadow, or Shondo, as she's known by many people, that's her colloquial name at this point, is part of Mythic Talent, which is, you know, an agency that's not so much a regular VTuber talent agency. It's more a sponsorship grabbing agency, an agency that'll get you some sponsorships. So today we're talking about her because of what happened down here. We're not talking about the Rev's Desu response, but what she said down here to Floki VT, because Floki VT criticized Bao for her statement on about the, you know, large male creators. If they're being nice to you, run, don't walk. And he responded as, you know, this is not a good thing to say, but because, you know, not all men, that type of thing. And she responded with this groomer outed alert. She is coming back over here to apologize for that specific part here, among other things. But here is the main thing. Here is one thing that maybe, you know, certain other VTuber who apologized and really didn't apologize recently, and got really criticized for it. Maybe if they had done an apology like this, certain whale VTuber had done an apology like this, then yeah, it would have probably not gone so horribly. It says, I'm feeling much more stable and would like to sincerely apologize for my recent behavior on social media. Don't believe in using mental illness as a crutch or an excuse, and I would like to take full responsibility and accountability for how embarrassing dumb I've been recently. So yeah, unlike other people, she's saying, hey, I don't want to use the situation that's been happening recently or my mental health as an excuse for what I did. Floki VT, which is the person that I mentioned before. I'm sorry for the mean tweet. It was pretty pathetic to involve myself for no reason. It was incredibly thoughtless for me to call you a groomer. I do not literally actually think you are this. I just thought you were being a jerk and generally just didn't think of what word would imply, what the word would imply. I have a blunt, very British and crude sense of humor, and I throw around words like groomer or the W word in a joking way all the time on stream, but I don't actually think anyone is literally nonce or prosty for when I say these things. It's just bad jokes. I screwed up by forgetting I was in an entirely different website, responding to someone in a way it would be impossible to glean context from. Someone who throws around words like this to complete strangers just isn't the person I want to be. I literally did not even consider that my actions could cause you to be upset or make people attack you. I'm deeply sorry if my words hurt you or anyone else who saw it. Usually, when I see a post on here, it makes me angry. I do my best to keep any hateful or bitter words or thoughts to myself. I said the quiet part out loud recently when I very thoughtlessly just tweeted the first mean thing that came to mind rather than pushing it out of my mind and moving on. I think there is enough anger and drama already, and I have always tried to stay out of it to the best of my ability, and I recently became something of I myself dislike and sincerely apologize. I mess up after this again by deciding to apologize to my fanbase for drama whoring rather than apologizing to the Twitter population who saw my dumb tweet or Floki VT himself. It is going to sound very pathetic, but I feel like I should admit to you, after I saw this creator saying mean things about my fanbase following this, I thought I was justified, and well, now I don't need to apologize. It's just an incredibly childish and hateful way of thinking, and I'm incredibly angry that I thought this way at all, even during the lead up to the episode. I spent a lot of my life and time on the internet being a very bitter and angry person. It comes much too naturally to me when my mental state is low, but I'm trying my best to be better. The thing I want most as a content creator is to spread love and kindness, even to those that dislike me. And I have set the worst example possible recently. I will do better. I would also like to apologize for deleting all the related tweets as well as my other tweets from this time. This was done because I received an email from a known individual, someone she knows or someone that knows her, threatening my family if I did not remove it and apologize. I maniacally deleted everything I had recently tweeted in a fearful panic when I usually would have just forwarded to my police contact and deleted the email. I don't believe in hiding or removing mistakes. I think it's important to own up to them. Once again, I'm sincerely sorry that you all had to witness this stupid behavior, and I'm sorry to Floki VT for any damage I stupidly caused you. I'll be taking a short break from the internet to touch grass and be with family. I won't be discussing this again, but I understand completely if the situation has left a sour taste in your mouth. I hope that I can grow and do better, because this has been a big personal wake-up call as to how I need to be more aware of both myself and how I choose to conduct myself in front of an audience. I'm incredibly grateful and blessed to have. Thank you for reading. Please be nice and be good. Especially to yourself. I will do my best to show you that I can do much better. Shadow. Now, this is a good apology. There are parts of it that people are going to be like, people are going to pick this apart. People are always going to pick this apart. But in the end, she apologized. She said she was immature. She said this was not right. She said that she was not going to be hiding behind any mental health thing because she does have psychoaffective disorder. Schizoaffective disorder, I believe it's called. Not psycho, schizoaffective disorder. And she does have episodes on occasion where she kind of, from what I know, she kind of just moves, like, doesn't realize a lot of things that are happening at the moment. She disassociates, I believe is what it's called. And she has that moment where she's kind of just like going on autopilot or just going on just blanking out type of thing, but even worse. It's a really serious thing. But I'm glad that she didn't hide behind it. I'm glad she didn't say, hey, it was because of this, please be nice to me because of this, or it's because of that or the other, or situations that have been happening, stress, etc. She says it did lead to it, but in the end, she took full responsibility for it. This is a mature way of going through it, explaining your situation, explaining what happened, what caused it, but still being like, hey, even though that caused it, there's no excuse for what happened either way. I apologize. Floki, as far as I know, did accept the apology and did move on. Is his acceptance of the apology. He says, Shondo has properly and meaningfully apologized. I have accepted. The matter is done. Please do not continue anything on my behalf, because it won't be. I truly hope she can find peace within her break and continues to take care of herself wherever her path takes her. It says, you're breathtaking. Meaning the Shondo thing and everything, because Yeah, this is an actual meaningful and sincere apology. It's very rare to find that in the creator space, very rare to find that, especially with VTubers. A lot of times the apologies aren't actual apologies. It just happens way too much in the creator space where people apologize just so that they can get better with their community or not get hated so much instead of actually apologizing and actually meaning it like what Shondo has done here. She actually means it. KSON is a VTuber, virtual YouTuber who is speaks English and Japanese. She lives in Japan. She used to be a part of VShojo. Before that, she was part of the big Blue Dorito company, VTuber company. And now she is, independent. She recently had her birthday, which was actually put out on a thing here on a For You page. It says, oh, they were running an event limited to the boss's members, huh? Wow, it got picked up by X on X. Huh, wait, what? And what they're talking about here is VTuber KSON did host the KSON Yakata Boat Fan Appreciation Festival in Tokyo Bay. KSON hosted members only houseboat event in Tokyo Bay in the first. Participants enjoyed sukiyaki musical chairs. KSON interacted with the fans on board, creating a lively atmosphere on X. And then they put formerly a member of Nidisanji. Yeah, she was not a member of Nidisanji. She's a member of the competitor, but not Nidisanji. KSON is not independent and active on Twitch and YouTube, and the event strengthened the bonds of a fan community. And it's a summary of these things there. And what they're talking about is this here. It's today, so excited, the KSON fan boat event. If you're thinking, what's because it suddenly popped up, this was something that was only being shared for those that are on the fan box and have memberships. And that event is happening today at some location in central Tokyo. We want to do lots more events like this in the future. So if you're interested, please join as a member for sure. And here is the her in a yukata, of course. And this is her birthday there with it looks like a sumo one. It's a sumo of her, sumo cake, and lots of fans. You saw this. Look at all this. So that's a lot of fans there. People came in, some of them came in dressed up really nice. Some of them just came in their regular dress, with regular wear. But a lot of them looked like they were having lots of fun. And of course, she says here, thank you all for your hard work at the event in Yakatabune boat. This is my first time with an event focused mainly on interaction, but how was it for you? It was a wonderful gathering where I was helped by everyone's kindness. Thank you so much. People here, flying all the way from California was worth it. So someone flew all the way from California. These are dedicated fans, but KSON deserves these type of dedicated fans. Got to participate again if there's another opportunity like this. Thank you for all your hard work. Most enjoyable event ever. The group leader in her kimono was truly stunning. I'll keep supporting so that we can have more events like this in the future. And here is some other things that were done for the specific birthday event, etc. Haseko created a 2026 poster that you can get, a calendar poster that you can get for KSON in order to celebrate the whole KSON thing. This is amazing overall, and here is some more stuff here and other, things done. This little badge here, this little pennant, keychain thing here. I have one of her previous form, her previous type, like a badge type thing. I still have it, and that's one of my cherished VTuber things. And of course, more goods here. This is all a big celebration, of course, of her birthday, and I'm very, very, very happy that she enjoyed it so much. Vestia Zeta is a female Indonesian virtual YouTuber, a VTuber with Hololive ID's 3rd gen with Kyla and Kobo. Why are we talking about her today, though? She has made an announcement of Vestia Zeta's 3D birthday. Not easy being a secret agent, guess the skill status. And of course, skill status being the kind of the skill pentagon, I think it is. It's like usually like a pentagon. Yeah, the pentagon here of skills that you would usually have. They have their first half of all of them, basically a 6. That's why I'm covering it right here. I'm covering the first 6, and then the next 6 when they pop out is when I'm going to cover the rest of them, probably right before the actual concert. And here we have, of course, Azuki being the first one. Next, we have Natsuhiro Matsuri, Ero God Matsuri, and of course, you're going to be able to have to guess where they move on intelligence and everything like that. And you have, each one of them has their full-on birthday, their height, all that kind of stuff. All their transfer sheets, transfer students or transfer sheets in there. Lapis Darkness with hers in here. And the stats have not been filled out yet. You have Mori Calliope, because over there they call it Calliope Mori, but it's Calliope, Calliope, whichever way you want to say it, it's Callie. With her things here. And the last one is Iris here. The last one that we have here, the 6th guest. And we have Vestia Zeta guessing her own. It's like all the way into intelligence, something like that, the predictions. She made it into like a starfish. Instead of like spreading it through the pentagon, she made a little starfish. It's cute. So there we go. It is, of course, going to be happening. I didn't mention it before, but it's going to happen on the 7th of November, 2130 JST, 1930 WIB, which is Indonesian time, I believe. Just for people, you know, that are fans from different places. And it is going to be a big and not super duper like huge event, but I do love seeing these because they are well produced and they are a lot of fun because you get to see the interactions. They're chatting because they all usually have some kind of chatting moment in between, and their interactions, they're singing together on stage in 3D. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, a place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. The reason why I do this is because I want it to be a positive space for VTubing, a space where we can go and promote other VTubers instead of, you know, worrying about promoting myself or anything like that, and bring VTubers up. Today, we're talking about Okashi, a horse VTuber. He also does ASMR. Let's talk here. Take a look at some of the content that they're going to make in just a second after I go with their about page. Candy and Sweet Confectioner, horse VTuber, ASM artist, 6 p.m. GMT and 9 a.m. PDTs when they do their stuff. Let's take a look at that content here. This is the one right here. And there you go. She does the Ghostbusters thing in Madoobs. And we're going on to Ame Okashi, her main YouTube side here. And we're taking a look at even fancier drinking internet historian reacts, doing other reacts here, doing her ASMRs, putting other things through here as well. Not just her ASMRs, of course, but she also has a reaction channel, her reaction stuff here, as well as some live streams as well. The most recent live streams. It is great to have like I mentioned, some place to put your live streams other than Twitch, because Twitch really, you know, VODs, Twitch isn't known for VODs, but YouTube is. So it's a great place to put their VODs, and I'm glad that they have a place here. And thank you so much, Ame Okashi, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.